Hello, and thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Today's DIY, I had been thinking about it and trying to figure out what supplies to use to make this, and I just couldn't figure out how to make the wheel part. And one night, I was going through some of the subscribers of the on YouTube that I subscribe to, and I saw someone make a water wheel, farmhouse decor DIY, and her name is I believe it's Midnight Crafter. I'll get the video and link it down below so you guys can watch her video as well. She's great. She does a lot of DIYs that are just absolutely gorgeous and unique. So she made this water wheel, and as soon as I saw her start making it, I thought I can use the frisbee for what I wanted to make, which is this Ferris wheel. Like I said, I had been thinking about it for a while and I just couldn't figure out what to use. I had played around with the wired reefs, and it just didn't look right to me. And so when I saw her make this, I thought, I'm going to use these frisbees. And they were kind of hard to find, but I eventually found some. So what you're going to do with these frisbees is cut the middle section of each part of where it's connected from one frisbee to the other one. And I'm using the blow dryer to soften this plastic and cut it with a razor or a box cutter. And once you use a blow dryer, and it only takes a few seconds, you can easily cut through this frisbee plastic, or any plastic for that matter. So once you're done cutting both of these frisbees like so, you're going to use these turkey hook basters. And you're going to glue them to each one of these frisbees. And I used E6000 and hot glue to connect these hooks to my frisbee. Once I started the project, I wish I would have done it opposite. If you see, the smiley face is going to be inside where this is hooked. I wish I would have turned it around and made the smiley face, I guess you could see, the outside of this Ferris wheel. But when I do these projects, I don't do them beforehand, so I don't know how they're going to turn out or how they're going to look until I actually complete them with you guys. I kind of have something in mind and what I'm going to use and how I'm going to do it, but I don't make it until I make it with you guys, just so you guys can see all the steps and if I make mistakes or not, or how I do it, so we can learn together. So you just use some hot glue and, like I said, E6000 to connect these wires to the frisbee, and I glued these wires, where the smiley face is at on the frisbees, just to give you an idea where to connect them at. Then I set those aside, and I got these muffin trays from Dollar Tree, and they come 4 in a pack as well. And I used some of my leftover styrofoam little balls and cut them in half and glued them with E6000 hot glue again into my muffin pans. And you can use any kind of filler into these muffin pans. Just make sure whatever you use, it has some kind of, it's a little hard, just so when you connect the hooks into the muffin pans, they actually stay in place. So next, what I did was get some popsicle sticks, and I glued them to the frisbee, trying to cover the section of where the little section of what's attaching both the large frisbee and the small smiley face area, I guess you could say. And I just used hot glue, and it worked fine. It stayed secure. I haven't had any fallouts or anything like that from this popsicle sticks, and I've had it for a few days already. When I wanted to make this, like I said, it took me a while to figure out what to use, because I wanted to use everything that I could feel comfortable leaving outside, and it wouldn't fall apart, because my thoughts are I was going to use it, or I'm going to use it on my back patio. For now, I have it indoors because I like the way it looked with the little yellow ferns that I put in it, but eventually I am going to put it outside. So once you've glued the popsicle sticks to the outside, like I said, where each connection's at from frisbee to frisbee, and each connection you're going to glue another popsicle stick, which is going to be the inside of your Ferris wheel. And while I'm letting that cool down, I got the other two muffin tin pans, and I cut a circle out of them. And these circles, what you're going to use them for is to cover the outside popsicle sticks, the inner part. And that's why I say I wish I would have flipped it around to use the smiley face, but I didn't, so I just went ahead and good thing I had 2 extra muffin pans and made these circles with them. And to secure each one of these frisbees or sections into your muffin pan, just use E6000 and hot glue again to secure them into the styrofoam and muffin pans. And once you've done that and you've actually let them dry a little while, you're going to start connecting the inner popsicle sticks to connect or attach each frisbee or side of the Ferris wheel together. And right there I'm just removing some of the hot glue strings. But you can use just hot glue to secure these together. For some reason I ended up putting E6000. It didn't hurt it, but it doesn't absolutely need it. So just go ahead and use hot glue to secure each one of these popsicle sticks. And once you've actually secured them and glued them together and let them dry, you're going to take them outside and spray paint it the color of your choice. I chose to spray paint them black. And I'm sorry, once you're done with the popsicle sticks gluing them together, you're going to get your tin foil and glue that to the outside, your little tin foil circles. I forgot that step. And then you spray paint it the color you choose. Let me know in the comments down below what color you're going to use for your Ferris wheel. This would look really cute with some jute twine as well. And if you do make this project, again, make sure you guys tag me on Instagram so I can see these pictures. I love to see and interact with everyone with their projects and what they've done different, or if they've used exactly the same things I've used. It's just so neat to see everybody's projects and how crafty and smart you guys are on the different items and the way you decorate, all these DIYs that we make together. But again, you secure your tin foil circle on the outer side just to cover the popsicle sticks. And then once everything's secured and cooled down, you spray paint it. Oh my God, I forgot this step also. What I chose to do was glue my Ferris wheel tinfoil muffin pans to another tray. This is just a leftover tray that I used for another project. And I just chose to do that. You don't have to. It's completely optional, but I chose to go ahead and put it on this tray. Okay, so now you spray painted it black, and once it's all dry, this is completely optional as well. I'm going to put some sand inside my muffin trays just to cover the foam and also to give it some weight. Because again, down the line, I'm going to take this outside, and I don't want, it to fall or tilt over when the wind is blowing or what have you. So I wanted to put some kind of weight inside this muffin trays just so it could be more secure. You don't have to use sand. You can use little pebbles or the glass rocks or anything you have just to put some weight in here. Again, this is completely optional if you choose to, but I do recommend it if you choose to use it outside. And once you've added your sand, you're going to use some of the buckets that are in your wedding supply area at your Dollar Tree. I know they had some silver tin ones, but I couldn't find them, so I just used these. And what you're going to do is open the handle part, which is really easy to do. And then you're going to put it over the popsicle stick and then secure the bucket back together again. Now you can leave them like that, but I wanted them to stay in the middle. So what I chose to do was get some jute twine and just tie a little knot around each one of these bucket handles so it could stay in the middle of my Ferris wheel, in the middle of the popsicle sticks. But again, that's completely optional. You can also use a little dab of hot glue to secure them in place, but I chose to use again the jute twine. So once you're done adding all of your buckets and tying them and securing them together, you're going to go ahead and decorate it your choice, whatever you choose. So you can actually put real plants in here. If you do, I recommend you to drill a little hoe or hammer with a nail and hammer some holes down at the bottom of these buckets. But again, this is one way I chose to decorate it, with some succulents and some little flowers on the bottom. But I also chose to get some of these ferns and some moss grass and put it in the bottom. And this is the way I'm going to keep it. I just loved it, and I'm actually keeping it in my kitchen for now. And I just decorated in the bottom with a burlap rose and some of the log little sticks and moss on the bottom.